Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about trachea anatomy. So let's start our topic with introduction, and here at the side you can see the diagram and you need to correlate this diagram when we will talk about trachea anatomy. So let's start with introduction. Trachea, that is commonly known as the windpipe, is a crucial part of respiratory system. It serves as a conduit for air to travel from the larynx to the lungs, and structurally the trachea is designed to provide both rigidity and flexibility, ensuring the passage of air while protecting against collapse. Now let's talk about location of trachea. Trachea is positioned anterior to the esophagus and extends from the lower part of larynx, that is at the level of C6 vertebra down to the level of T5 vertebra, where it bifurcates into the primary bronchi. It is approximately 10 to 12 cm long and about 2 cm in diameter. Now let's talk about the structure of trachea. Trachea is composed of multiple cartilaginous rings which provide structural support and prevent airway collapse. These rings are C-shaped and are incomplete posteriorly, allowing the esophagus to expand while swallowing food. Now let's talk about layers of trachea. The tracheal wall is made up of four distinct layers. They include mucosa, that is the innermost layer lined with the pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium and globular cells. It plays a vital role in trapping and expelling foreign particles through the mucociliary escalator mechanism. The second layer of trachea is submucosa, that is the layer that contains connective tissue, blood vessels, and submucous glands that help produce mucus to keep the tracheal lining moist. The third layer of trachea is cartilaginous layer that consists of hyaline cartilage rings that provide the necessary support to keep the trachea open and stable. And the next layer is adventitia, that is the outermost layer composed of connective tissue, which anchors the trachea to the surrounding structures. Now let's talk about the tracheal functions. Trachea performs several critical functions including air conduction, as it serves as a primary passage for air to flow between the upper respiratory tract and the lungs. The second function is filtration and protection, as the mucociliary escalator helps track dust, bacteria, and other contaminants, propelling them upward to be expelled or swallowed. And the third function is structural adaptability, as the flexibility of the tracheal rings allow movement of the neck and accommodates pressure changes during respiration. Now let's talk about tracheal bifurcation and bronchi. At its lower end, the trachea divides into the left and right primary bronchi at the cornea. That is important anatomical landmark located at the level of T5 vertebra. The right bronchus is wider, shorter, and more vertical compared to the left, making it more prone to foreign body obstruction. Now let's talk about blood supply and nerve supply of trachea. Trachea receives its blood supply from branches of inferior thyroid artery, bronchial arteries, and internal thoracic arteries. Its nerve supply comes from sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system, ensuring regulation of airway diameter and secretion control. Now let's talk about clinical significance of trachea. Several medical conditions can affect the trachea, including tracheal stenosis, that is narrowing of trachea due to injury or inflammation, and tracheomalacia, that is weakening of tracheal cartilage leading to airway collapse. The third clinical significance is tracheitis, that is inflammation of trachea often due to infection, and the fourth clinical significance is foreign body destruction, as blockage caused by accidentally inhaled objects require immediate medical intervention. Now let's talk about the conclusion of this lecture video. Trachea is a vital structure in the respiratory system, facilitating efficient airflow while maintaining protection against foreign particles. Understanding its not will help in diagnosing and managing respiratory conditions effectively. And this was all about the anatomy of trachea. Hopefully you liked the video. If you do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching.